Well, I guess it all started back in 1987, being drafted to the Sudbury Wolves in the 15th round. I had played that year for the Essex 73s, Junior C, and with Bill Belair and Al Cormier as my coach, and before that for Shoreline Minor Hockey. And at the time, I was able to secure a spot on the Sudbury Wolves, even though I was a 13th round pick. So that's where it started. Had a couple additional stops in Guelph, Kitchener, then eventually Ottawa. So Ottawa was great with Brian Killer. I was captain of the Ottawa 67s, but unfortunately went through the draft, but Brian got me a tryout with the Chicago Blackhawks. So his good friend Bob Pullerfield got me there, and I was able to sign a free agent contract. So that was my start to pro hockey. Ended up playing 4 years in the minors for Chicago with a few games here and there, and then the next year on to Minnesota with a trade. But I got my real opportunity in 1992 when I went to LA Kings as a free agent, and they had a new coach, Barry Melrose, who came in from the Western Hockey League, and he really gave me a chance to be a regular. And obviously that first year was great because I was playing in the NHL full time. But the biggest thing was getting to the Stanley Cup Finals, playing with so many good players on the team. Obviously Wayne Gretzky, Thomas Sandstrom, Kelly Rudy, Yari Curry, Charlie Huddy, great guys, great state of California. We had great memories from there, and our oldest son Kirby was born there too, so that was awesome. But real disappointing losing to Montreal in the 5 games. That was tough. If everybody remembers, that was the illegal stick that got caught by Marty McSorley in the second game and kind of elevated Montreal back into the series, and we couldn't recover. That summer I was a free agent and fortunate enough to sign back with LA, so went back with LA and ended up being traded to Toronto in the lockout shortened season. Played for another great coach there, Pat Burns. Great guy, learned a lot. He was a cop, tough coach, and really enjoyed myself playing in Toronto under scrutiny of the media and all the fans. It's great there. Old Maple Leaf Gardens, it was a special place to play. But I think the big break in my career came when I got traded to Colorado the next year. And in that year, the team had just moved from Quebec to Colorado, and I joined the team the day before the home opener, and that was against the Detroit Red Wings. So it was quite exciting, nervous, but I had Mark Crawford there. The city was on fire. Nobody had ever won a championship in Colorado. The Nuggets, obviously the Broncos at the time had not won, so they really gravitated to us as a new thing in town. So in saying that, it was awesome. We won the Stanley Cup that year. One of the best series I ever played in was the Detroit series that year. We won in 6 games, and I think the big thing was so many stars in that game. It was basically Yzerman and Fedorov against Sakic and Forsberg and Patrick Waugh and net, Mike Vernon for them. So many storylines, third lines on both teams, rough, the Claude Lemieux dirty hit. It was truly great hockey, and that was great. We were able to beat Florida in 4 games in the finals, so I'll never remember that. It was very special that my parents were in the game in Florida too, so that was great. Moving on to Anaheim, I was a free agent after that summer and able to get a great contract with the Ducks. Went out to California, had a great career there, played for another great coach, Ron Wilson, and it was spectacular. Then ended up going back to 1999, back to Colorado. So it was awesome, and the biggest thing is I had good coaches along the way in Chicago. Daryl Sutter was great for me in the minors, and Mike Keenan kind of hardened me up. So it was awesome, a great career. I wish I could have played a couple more years, but I was injured. But that led me into another opportunity where Wayne Gretzky was involved with Phoenix Coyotes. I joined him as a scout on his staff and learned scouting and managing from the likes of Cliff Fletcher, Dave Draper, Mike Barnett, and funny that happened. Someone's always got a plan for you upstairs, and then next thing you know, Bob and I had an opportunity to buy the Windsor Spitfires, and I had been in that scouting, so it really helped us get into this team building and getting all the guys, especially all the good players we had the last 5 years, getting into Windsor and Windsor Spitfires and having a real good run the last 5 years. So it's been truly exciting, dream come true to have to buy your own junior franchise in your hometown with friends is phenomenal, and the fans are great, kids are great. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It's worked out pretty good, and I've been pretty fortunate.